starting to find like legendaries, but because like I'm still only in the 50s, like I've replaced legendaries with yellows sometimes because I'm still finding like my levels are still driving a big chunk of it. All right, so we're gonna see if this lags with Streamlabs up. I have not been getting any lag when I play on my own really, but we'll see what it does. I turned down a few settings. It kept saying I needed a reset, so I have no idea if the settings are active. So we're gonna see if this lags. And assuming it doesn't. Woo! Things are getting mean. So I'm level 57. This is a level 61, I think. 60, something like that. So we're starting to get where for the first time, like, all the monsters and everything are higher level than me. People have pushed all the way into like the 130s. I think I see people saying that they pushed into the 160s. So obviously, I think they're only like they're like level 70 or something. So I'll need to level quite a bit to get to that, but being able to get well beyond your own level is not outside of the realm of possibility. Granted, they have better gear than me. Ooh. I am starting to find better loot. Slowly. I don't really know how ethereal reagents work yet. I haven't messed with them. I just saved each of them. So like I haven't used a single one. I'd like to get into that at some point. But I was going to kind of let my gear settle in first. Like right now, like I could still find a yellow this run that's better than mine. Like there's a fairly decent chance of that. My gear is far from unbeatable. Ooh, dagger. Might take a little bit of focus when I come across like big stuff here. I don't feel like... So my frames are dropping down to like 50 mid-pull, but they're not dropping to the like 30 when I was doing streaming and keeping it all on max settings yesterday. Woo! This guy's a big one. Oh, come on. Damn. What a beast. I like when the little circles seem to pull people back and forth. I don't think I have a powerful yet, so that's my first powerful there. So we'll have to wait for that to kind of refill. But now we have more mana in here. It was, I think, 425? Doesn't seem to... 450. So another 25. The bigger issue is that it jumps from 3 charges to 5, which is quite a victory.
No. My endurance is waning.
But the goal today is to just see how far this build can go. I mean, at some point it'll get stopped, either because of gear or because something I've done wrong with my passives that can be optimized even further. Ooh. Okay. Let's clear out some of this. I already have that die. Get it out of here. Now they have had a bug lately where like sometimes a die you have unlocked previously like read locks. So it's good that dies are fairly easy to find, because if you're into cosmetics, like your favorite die could theoretically disappear on you.
Endurance is
I mean, there's worse things that could happen in a game than losing the ability, like losing one of the like 7 blues you have. I have a bigger concern when they had bugs where like people were losing items in their bank.
My endurance is waning.
Spalder Gauntlet, call it. Oop.
I need a breather.
Cool. Yeah, see, I got a bit of frame drop there. It doesn't seem to be tied necessarily directly to like how many things are pulled. It just seems to be kind of random.
Gotta catch my breath.
Alright, we're gonna open up this chest. And invite things into my humble little circle of joy here. That should do it.
Should have brought a packle.
Oh, and my inventory's out of space. We're gonna focus on slots that I can actually use.
Not possible.
That just melted. Well, yeah. Not really a good way to deal with the fact that I'm starting to... Like, I'm still at a point where I need yellows. Because they're better than what I have, possibly. But I'm not... But I can't fit the amount of yellows that drop in this content. So it'll be nice when I get to the point where, like, yellows don't matter. And it's just a gauge of, like, okay, I'm grabbing legendary or yellows for the purpose of selling, and then I'm waiting for legendaries to drop. But I still find, like, I'd be lucky to find 1 legendary a run.
Gotta catch my breath.
Alright, so we're gonna go... Let me out. I don't want to kill you. I don't want to kill you. Don't make me kill you. Alright. Oh gosh. That destroyed me. Alright.
Be more careful.
Alright, follow me into the mess here, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. And that tears that guy down. Oh, dying was a bit of a bummer. Material damage. We don't care about that. Let's pick up some dies. I'll take that back, I guess. Alright. Now we're going to sell everything that I don't need. I do like that they let you sell kind of at the end of every run. It really needs to have damage to spells and spell damage, and like I have a pretty good staff now. Like, I'm getting to the point where if it doesn't stack multiple damage stacks, it's just not good enough. Well, wisdom's intriguing. Alright, let's check. 1250 and 1064. Oh crap, give me that back. We'll do it at the end. Come on, good drops. Excuse me. He doesn't have a primary stat. Okay.
I can't do that.
Let's move all that into the corner, and then we're going to try this out. So 1250 and 1064. That's better. And then 1269 and 1069. That's worse. Okay. So that's worse in every way. This has like 10% flat resistance across the board on it. So it's not that big of a damage buff. So we're going to keep it wrapped safely in gems here. So that I don't accidentally sell it, ideally. And then that will keep me from using it. And then when I go back to town, I can gem it, which is going to be expensive. Dive deeper. Ooh, they're offering us a challenge. What do we got? Unknown modifier. Champions have the trailing Aether boss modifier. Alright. There's worse things we could have been stuck with. Okay. I don't remember what I wanted to do with my passive, so I'm not going to touch it yet. I had a goal, and I don't want to accidentally put it in the wrong spot, because it's getting expensive to reset. Early on, I was like, just use it. If you get it wrong, you can always reset, but that is getting pricey.
My endurance is waning.
Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Let me out. Ugh, I was totally surrounded.
need a breather.
Ooh, buddy. Oh, a bounty hunt. I should probably knock out some of my old maps.
My endurance
Right now I'm
is
still kind of
waning.
pushing levels. But at some point, those maps are going to start to clog up inventory space. Alright. Let's come drag all this over here. Boots, mace, gauntlets, mace, and wasn't there a red thing? There is a red thing. Alright, learn that, die. Okay. What's going on, dragon? Finally landed on a pretty decent build here that I enjoy. So I'm interested in seeing kind of if it's the, how far it can go. And I haven't unlocked rifts high enough to, like, really push it to the
Gotta
limit.
catch my breath.
For a while there, I couldn't do, like, expeditions at all. So it's nice to have that ability. Oh, lag. Alright, cursed chest. So the key to a cursed chest is having a whole lot of little trash here. That way I can sit in the middle here.
Can't be done. I need more power.
Should be everything for the chest. It should just drop a ton of stuff. There it is. These things basically fill your inventory.
That's not happening.
Alright. Yep. Inventory's full. We'll learn these interacts. Clear up a tiny bit more space. But I'm probably tapped out this run. Starting a new job tomorrow. That's exciting.
Gotta catch my breath.
Ugh. That's a garbage spalter.
Gotta catch my breath.
Oh, and it pays more. What a bonus. The first week on a new job's always fun anyway, because you're just like meeting people and getting to know kind of the office and everything. Like, it's just... First week's always nice.
I need a breather.
Like the last week of school. Alright, we gotta find stuff to drop here. need to drop material damage, junk, and that's junk. Ooh, a shrine.
My endurance is waning.
Let me pass, let me pass. Shrine's probably defended. Yep. Oh my gosh. There's so much loot. Let's come down here and drop anything that doesn't seem like that's not going to be good. That's not going to be good. That's not going to be good.
Not right now.
Oh no. Oh, I can't. Okay. It's like it won't let me pick it up. I was gonna be bummed. 14% damage. That's trash. Chest piece. Because this stuff's starting to get so far above like the level of gear I'm wearing that like there's a very good chance some of this stuff improves my gear. Okay. Focus, focus. Boots. 16% material damage is trash. I mean, I wish I could afford to focus on 22% move speed, but I'm just not there.
My endurance is waning.
I mean, there's a way to increase the amount of stuff that drops. Like, there's an upgrade for that. And I haven't bought the upgrade yet, but, like, because of the way ARPGs work, I will want that upgrade. Okay, so this is where the boss is going to spawn. We're not even close to spawning the boss.
My endurance is waning.
We're just going to run on down. And ideally, some of that stuff will give up chase. Oop, a helmet and a helmet. My helmet is marginally better than this one. Definitely better than this one. Definitely better than this one. Let's go see what these helmets are.
My endurance is waning.
Entire HP bar per second. So as long as they don't get one shot, they have to just be able to survive one whole second. So this one is, from survivability, this one is moving to, it has a fair bit of life leech instead of regen, so it requires that I be doing damage. But all that life leech pushes into my shield, because your shield's what gets hit first. So, like, in theory, my shield should be, like, constantly refilling. And then I'll eventually need to stack up a bigger shield.
My endurance is waning.
Once kind of all those passives are in place. Oh my gosh. So much loot. Alright, let's come over here and drop some stuff. See, I wish that this stuff wasn't, like, just so much better than what I'm finding. Like, it's just so much higher level than me. 17% material damage, no base stat. Get that crap out of here. Alright, that should be enough. Chest piece, pants, spalder, battle axe. The weapons sell for a lot, and I am massively short gold. Like, this game constantly makes you hungry for gold. So many gems. I mean, survivability is definitely one of the things that, like, I'm starting to have to be concerned about. I avoided toughness for, like, a long time. Those are all trash helmets, we know that. I put that pile of helmets there. Okay, so hopefully some of this trash is still here. There was trash here earlier, and I tried not to pull it all. Doesn't look like it. It looks like it kind of pulled all. Because this whole build just does a ton of damage if there's other things. Ah, that was a mistake. Moved my mouse too early.
I need a breather.
Like, it dies instantly if there's other things. Because everything that dies drops another cloud of damage. And so if you can kill, like, 100... And it doesn't matter what size they are. So, like, ideally you have, like, 100 tiny little guys that die instantly. Because that's what's going to give you the most... And clouds. And then the little guys usually kill the medium guys. The medium guys end up resulting in the big guys dying, and that kind of trickles down. Okay. So first we can sell all the weapons. And build back up our cash. Because I spent a ton of money. Oh, I don't know what they're doing. Wow, being in a shop and doing that at the same time kills your frame rate. Okay. All trash. 15% damage? Nope. Oh, that's good. Trash. 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 Oh my gosh. It's a lot of stuff here. This requires a higher level than I have. I'm finding loot I can't equip. You're gonna replay the Baldur's Gate series? That sounds awesome. I looked around for my old discs, because then I was gonna be like, okay, can I get this running on something? And I couldn't find them. Okay, so now we're gonna try this stuff on. So, we are at 1268 and 1073. I lose 4 damage over here, but I pick up a lot over here, so we're going to call that a win. So you're going to go in the trash. And then 28169. That's worse. Swap the other side. That's worse. So you're trash. 28169. That's worse. 281 and 69. Okay, make sure everything's back where it was. Yes. All trash. Cool. Now we continue on. Yeah, I figured I should probably just go out and buy a copy like that if I wanted to play it, but I did want to look for the old discs, just out of, if nothing else, a trip down memory lane. I found like 6 copies of Diablo 2.
My endurance is waning.
So I had plenty of money, and then I have like 260,000 in upgrades going right now. Ideally before these guys summon anything. There we go.
Not happening.
See, so once the first little guy dies, the clouds wreck everything else. So those little clouds of fire, that's all fire damage that goes out.
Gotta catch my breath.
So they literally become like persistent explosions. And if you're having trouble killing a big guy, what you do is all the little guys become explosions, like lasting explosions, and that's what wrecks the big guys. So you kind of suck everything in, stack like 1,000 clouds on top of each other, and then the amount of damage going out right there is obscene. Alright, we'll wait 2 seconds. Well, so there's 3 of us boys, and so, like, finding 3 copies of something is not weird, because all that means is, like, I ended up with the hard copies to each of our 3 computers, and then if we ever lost those, like, buying things 1 or more at a time makes sense, because once we got into college and we all had our own computers, it's like, I bet I have 2 or 3 hard copies of Age of Empires, too. Or as well, the original Age of Empires. Oof. Alright, 4 seconds left on Toxic. We want to wait for that. Yep. Man, this run's going incredibly smooth.
I need more power. I need a breather.
Oh, look at all you little guys. There were so many of the same dude having a little meeting. So I came in and wrecked them all. And then they'll just follow you blindly into this. And each time that pulses, like it can kind of pull more people in. So I have a rune that makes it to where it like pulls people in repeatedly instead of just when you first lay it down. So that's what allows, like, as things are approaching to keep getting sucked in. Okay, we're gonna want this up for the rare pack here. And then what's really cool about this big yellow one is I can move it. That's a rune that allows for that. And so it allows you to kind of clean up archers with it. Because they kind of sit back. They don't want to get sucked in. So if you kind of step there and you realize, oh, it needs to come over here, you can just move it over there. Just very convenient. I don't want to really get near the life-sucking guy. Thanks for asking, though. Can't believe how smooth this run is going. We got like 1,000 interacts here. Soft yellow dye, learn that. Beautiful.
I need a breather.
And we're off to the boss. Wow, that was so smooth. If they could all run like that, I think I am not even close to my limit yet.
I need a breather.
This is just level 63. I'm level 58, so we're really not that far outside of like the realm of what I should be able to do. Keep it moving, keep it moving.
My endurance is waning.
Dude, without stuff spawned here, So the stuff spawning, that's what's going to help me. Because those can drop clouds. We're going to try to stack all that. Oh, hello. You were pissed off. I didn't know your shield was broken. Okay. It was going so nice. Hit beyond the beam.
My endurance is waning.
Move, move, move. Oh, come on. The stamina being restricted in addition to the movement speed being limited is mean.
No.
Why don't you come stand on me?
That's not helping.
There it is. Got me twice in there. Almost ended my run. Okay. Yes, I'm done. Done, done, done.
Good to have you back. There have
And
been
that'll give me some
some
experience. 845 productivity generated. I now have additional productivity from here on out. Cool. And I have two things nearing completion, so they'll both complete next run. Refuge for the Blind and Planning Committee. Ideally, Windmills would be next. It costs 80,000. I don't have enough for that.
Excuse me.
Oh. You hit 76 on Black Mage, and the last few levels are difficult. You just did MSQ roulette as a summoner with the occasional leveling roulettes, tons of experience. Yeah, I mean, leveling roulette is probably, doing that every day is probably your best bet. Having somebody who can, having somebody kind of that can queue with you as the adventure in need is honestly the fastest way. I didn't know that adding your languages would do that. That's really clever. All right. So I need to pick the next
sorry.
upgrade.
Hey
I
there.
only have 3,000 primordial whatevers with the little things.
My lady.
Kind of broke. I could construct the bank. That'd give me another stash tab. It's not a bad thing.
My lady.
That requires Planning Committee 3, which is going to be expensive, so I should probably just save for that. Although Windmills is never a bad thing. So we'll go ahead and just toss it into gold, unless one of these has something interesting.
Here for that other thing I did.
Yep. We'll toss it into gold. Okay. Now let's go clear the inventory here. First, we can sell off all the things we know we don't want. Ooh, a staff. Crit damage, that's good. Shock ailments, that's okay. Spellcasting speed, that's pretty good. For some builds, not necessarily mine. Crit damage all around is good. The problem is it doesn't have any flat damage to spells, and it doesn't have an ailment chance. Like, it's not really good for my build. It's not a bad staff, it just isn't good for me.
Thank you very much.
Material damage, trash. Cult damage is interesting. Material damage is trash. There's a lot on there.
You have a Good eye.
Okay. So that's everything interesting.
When you need me, friend?
I've been keeping some of these potions around for anybody that, like, I end up kind of, like, I have some friends that are getting into the game in the next week, so I'd love to just hand them potions. So I've been keeping some of those around. The gems I keep around. Oh, because I'm finding level 6s now, so there's not room. Alright, let's go get rid of something that's not helpful. Let's do that. There we go, 41, 41. Okay. My friend that is using pistols, I think is good, actually. I don't think I'm going to end up needing these stabs. Because what I don't know is that belt better than mine? Alright. Literally added 29 additional search parties. That's awesome. Okay. So from here, how much is it going to cost me to remove this? 30,000 gold. Are you kidding me? Ugh. I can't afford to do that right now. Like, I just don't have the money. We're going to just leave it there. And I have a defensive 2 and defensive 3. Those are really good gems, but I'm just going to leave it parked. And then a defensive 2. 4 shield regeneration rate. That's great. We'll go park those there. Yeah, I cannot justify that. Alright, sell this stuff off. We'll be ready for our next run.
A new weapon, perhaps?
Actually, I don't think I wanted to do that. We didn't try any of that stuff on, did I? I can sell the cheap stuff, but like these things here I hadn't tried on yet. Okay. 1,300, 1,075. Nope. Oh, that's a big win. There we go. Both gloves upgraded. I think. No, that's the original one in that slot. But now they match. That's a thing. That's crucial. 1310, 1084. No. I don't have anything in that slot. 1310, 1084. Great. Let's go put some stuff in those slots. Defensive 1s. Let's just put these in there. And that's a defensive 3. So I can just go add a nice big chunk of force shield. Cool.
Don't be shy. Mojave has everything a soldier needs.
Is there anything that makes it cheaper to pull gems out? Because, like, that's outrageous. That just creates gold. And that just creates affinity. Okay. So once I get to where I can start running these, that'll help. Oh, no, you're converting, is what you're doing. So 50,000 gold becomes 5,000 primordial affinity, and 5,000 primordial affinity becomes 50,000 gold. So you're literally just converting in trade for productivity. Ugh. Well, ideally, so there is a gold find increased. I don't know how much it increases, but that's Renovate Refuge, and that'll finish this run. I do have a calculator up that shows me kind of my plan, I think. So I can spend this point. So I need to get this node, which means that attacks gain 30% of my last spell, and then this one, which is just straight up more willpower and rage. And then I need to gain this one. More ailments. Let's do the ailments first. That's just more damage. Okay. 64. Inventory's clear. Everything looks good. All my spells have all their points spent. Let's check. No modifiers, no modifiers, no modifiers, no modifiers, and no modifiers. Alright.
What do you want? There's a good kid. Off with you.
It'll cause a brief bit of frame rate plummet, and off we'll go. Was easy enough.
My endurance is waning.
You know, I don't really use my, like, super demon mode very often. Oh my gosh. I accidentally picked up a blue, but the rest of that's awesome. Alright, let's come kill this guy. What do you got? I don't know why it's not moving, but I'm not going to complain. I think it's stuck on the stairs. I don't think you're supposed to take things like that on the stairs. Ooh, a ring. You know, the amount of, like, stats on the level 60 plus gear that I'm finding, like, is so good that it could probably replace my legendary amulet finally. I think that's a pretty good goal to finish all 4 role quests in Shadowbringers. I mean, they took the time to make them. I've only done the tank one, but I think that's a reasonable goal. Ooh, gauntlet. Wow, I have so much force shield now. This is awesome. It jumped from like 3,000 to 8,000.
Gotta catch my breath.
Cursed chest, cursed chest. Should make a ton of stuff drop. Boots! Boots, boots, boots! We got a legendary! That could be worth looking at right now, mid-run. Oh, and they're utter trash. Oh, this is like the 3rd legendary in a row I found that's good for a build that's not mine. Alright. And my brother plays melee, so like I've been texting him and just saying like, dude, I'm finding all your gear. You've only played the mage one. You would have preferred individual jobs. I mean, it saved a ton of resources. It let them turn it into a lot bigger thing. I think it also was kind of the beginning of, in my mind, it was the first time that we've seen them start to address, like, making people better players. It wasn't a great job. I would have hoped for more. But, like, the ability to say, okay, like, a healer needs to be able to heal a party through a thing. And making that, like, just a general check. And spending a long time making that a really good thing. And then in trade, you only have to make, 4 of them. Basically, ranged, melee, tanks, and healers. That way, because, like, people always talk about how skip potions make players, like, worse. I think the problem is that nothing in the game makes players good. Nothing. There's nothing in the game that forces you to be good. There's nothing that teaches you how to be good. There's nothing that gives you the tools. You have to actively seek improvement on your own. The game does not feed it to you, and there's no rule saying it can't. And the role quest would be a great time to, like, kind of do that. And they could even go one step further. So WoW did kind of a mage tower thing, and I think it could be done a little differently, probably a little better for the 14 community, but the concept is the same. Basically, you would play it on harder and harder difficulties, and the role quests would have, like, okay, normal mode, which is just, like, enjoy the lore, and then, like, an extreme or savage, and then an ultimate, and then they would tie, like, a cosmetic, like a relic-looking style weapon there. And that would encourage, and to get through that, you would basically have to do the equivalent of kind of the target dummy, the Sea, Sky, Air, except while being aware of mechanics for each class. I really liked the gathering ones a lot. They were really tied together, kind of. Like, they didn't feel that separated, but I did all 3 gatherer ones. And I liked that. Oh, God. So you can see my force shield starting to get damaged and then, like, skyrocket back up. So up until now, because the gearing is pretty complex and, like, things at my level can only have a couple things on them, I've only been focused on, does the gear improve the damage of, like, my 2 main spells, which are on different types. And that's all I focused on. And so I've just literally checked those 2 numbers, and I've let just the fact that gear is improving in general take care of my survivability. And then making sure that within, like, when I place my character stats, that I can still, like, stack toughness and things like that as needed, which I'm getting to a point where that's needed. But there is something nice about, like, starting to track a 3rd thing, so I'll probably start to keep track of how much force shield I have as the 3rd thing in my build. Because if I have enough force shield, as long as I'm putting damage out, I should be fine. Because I have life leech, and all my life leech funnels directly to my force shield. And I also take, I think, all but, like, burn damage on my force shield. And there's a passive that I'd like to get at some point here that fixes even that. So literally all incoming damage will be pushed to my force shield. And then my force shield it'll be damaged first, and it'll also be first to recover. So basically that 16,000 health is totally extra. And if things get into that, then things are going poorly. I still don't know how these ethereal reagents work. I read the text on them, and, like, it seems like one of those things where, like, once you understand how it works, the text will be a really good reminder and descriptor. But it's like, it's wordy enough that if you've never done it before, you're like, yeah, but what? Like, check this out. So, ethereal reagent. Rerolls all magic effects when used on an item. Okay, that seems simple enough. That's all the little blue text, right? It will consume all socketed gems to guarantee a magic effect whose power depends on the gem's level. Is that the tier? Because they say tiers. And whose type is chosen randomly among the types on the gems. Don't know what that means. This item cannot be used on legendary uniques, which makes sense because there's a greater version of these that can only be used on legendaries. So that's to kind of separate those. So what class am I? So I'm kind of a mage. So the way my build works, let me just kind of explain it. So ailments in this game are really unique. So in most games, like, you can only kind of have so many dots on a thing, right? But like, you can only have one type of, like, a certain spell on you. But in this game, like, I can stack Aether damage up to 30 times. I can stack Toxic damage up to 30 times. I can stack Holy damage up to 30 times. I can stack Ice damage up to 30 times. That's actually fire. And so there's basically, like, 8 types of ailment you can have on somebody. So 8 types of dot. You can have Rens, Toxics, Fires, Frost, Lightning, Sacred, Shadow, and Aether. And, like, all of those can stack, and they can all stack up to 30 times. So you have, like, you can have up to 240 dots on somebody at once. And so what I've done is my passives actually cause these to have chances to apply not only one ailment, but multiple ailments. And then I gain buffs based on how many ailments are out there. And then every time something dies within, like this one, for example, it blows up into a thing that yet emits more ailments. So basically, instead of you taking like 1 or 2 dots, so my individual damage is only, like, I was doing 1,000 damage at level 40. And I'm still just doing 1,000 damage. It's just now I'm doing 1,000 damage like hundreds of times. So I'm a sorcerer, but I'm entirely focused on, like, just dots after dots after dots, and it's so many dots and they hit so fast that I don't have to wait for you to die. It's going to kill you almost instantly. And some of these, like this holy one, it gets more intense the longer it's up. So should for some reason you live through the beginning of it, it's bigger at the end. That way, if I have to use it on a boss, it's still effective. And then when you explode into those dots, the amount of damage you do on that explosion is regardless of what mob I killed. So if you have like 20 little rabbits surrounding a bear, the rabbits all emit full strength explosions, even though they're smaller. So basically, you put this down, it kills all the little rabbits, and now the bear is getting hit with all the explosions from the rabbits. And so that's what happens here, is you have all these mobs that come in, and they bring friends with them, and those friends are weak. See all these little, like, weak dudes? Each of these guys here, if I put my thing down, each one of them is going to leave an explosion if my thing had been down. And so these summoners, they actually generate those, and that will be their downfall. So each one of those generates additional explosions. And those explosions, animation-wise, having 1 or 2 explosions looks the same as having 40. But just trust me, when I kill like 9 million things, there's 40 explosions there. And you can tell that it works that way because you have... What am I trying to pick up? Pants. So I need to drop something that's not pants, so I know what I'm dropping here. And then the way you make this build stronger is you just stack ailment damage, which is what that's all called. So, like, that's a summoning stone, so I don't want to kill that, because that's going to summon infinite things for me, which is great news. So I can suck all those in, and they'll create a nice big safe cloud for me to stand in. So if he comes and, like, tries to melee me in this cloud, which he is prone to do, so I want that summoning thing to be there, because that's what's damaging the boss right now. Now I'm going to turn into super invincible demon mode, and I'm just going to look. The demon mode's not what's doing the damage here. The demon mode hits for like 5,000. He's losing life way faster than that because he's standing in clouds. So as the clouds wore off, that's when he stopped taking damage.
Not happening.
Okay, so he went down. So now we want to kill this thing. Because it'll just keep summoning stuff into perpetuity. So the more things there are, the more damage I do. So, like, solo bosses, like at the end of a rift, is literally the hardest thing I have to take on. I don't have the ability to pick that up yet. And, like, big rooms, like when people talk about their game crashing because they find a greed shrine and it spawns, like, a whole screen full of, like, 6,000 things. I'm running this on Shadow PC, so my game doesn't crash because I have incredible hardware. And like, those are great news for me because I toss all my dots down instantly, and then I just spam potion and hope to live through it, and everything explodes, and there's 6,000 flame explosions, and each of those is causing there to be 6,000 sets of dots going out, which gets a little out of hand. And anything that can live through no dots can't live through, like... So the first 10 things that die instantly cause the next 10 things to be taking quadruple damage, and that causes the next 10 things to be taking quadruple that amount of damage. And it just stacks higher and higher and higher. And then I have a spell that I can cast twice that literally sucks you into the middle. So it condenses all those clouds on top of each other and then makes you stand in them. Life Leech... So, like, that staff, for example, does way more base damage than mine. So, like, it would result in my spell cast doing a lot more damage. And in Diablo, like, your base damage of your weapon is such a big driver of your build. And in this, it's just not. Like, it just doesn't matter. Because I'm not even based on spell damage. I'm based on, like, the whole goal is ailments. So what I want is ailment damage. And, like, my spell hits for physical, but I don't stack physical, which physical falls under material. I throw all that away. What I want is occult damage, which is this, or elemental damage, which is this. It would crash on any specs. I mean, there are people that have incredible machines that are not having the issue. I'm just telling you that mine doesn't crash, which is awesome. We'll just sell that real quick, because that's a good one. Which is awesome that mine doesn't crash. And my friends that are running on, like, PCs that are min spec, theirs are crashing. So I think they should probably up the min spec for this game. I don't know what it's at. Like, I don't know what it needs to be. I just know that it needs to be higher. Okay. So, we're going to check. So we want to keep up roughly 8,000 shield. And we have 1324 and 1098. That's worse in every way. That's worse in every way but force shield. That's worse. Switch it to the other side. Okay, that's intriguing. So I'd be swapping elemental resistance for occult resistance. I don't care. I'd be picking up more health regeneration, which is intriguing, and ferocity over wisdom, but not really. Yeah. So I'll take the one that's more general stats. So we'll leave it like it is. Okay, so now we're at 1324, 1098. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, sell all this. We're going to see if we can make it back with these potions. If we can't, we can't. I'll replace those ones in my thing with powerful. There are people who have high-end PCs. It's just most of my friends have high-end PCs that are 5 years old. And they're having issues with the game. And when I go out to forums and they're saying, on a greed shrine, it's crashing. Well, that's not that the green shrine's bugged. what they're not experiencing because they're getting the crash is they're not seeing what a greed shrine does. What a greed shrine does is it spawns like 8 cursed chests simultaneously on top of each other. And then if you can live through it, you get 8 cursed chests worth of loot plus the loot off of that many monsters. So like it's that it literally is like what would normally be like an entire run worth of mobs all at once. And I got it at like level 54 or whatever, and like it was obscene. I cannot imagine what happens if I get it now that I'm like sitting on actual magic find. Oh, he moved out of it. I can only move it once. It's the Butcher. Just in case any of you haven't played Diablo, this is literally the Butcher. Alright. Shield's broken. He's going to sit still for a minute, and he's dead. So, yeah, there's nothing special about what Shadow PC does, except for the fact that when you subscribe to a cloud-based service, whether that be GeForce Now or Stadia, whatever, they're constantly updating that hardware for you, as opposed to your not, right? You don't swap out your graphics card. Most people do not swap out their graphics card every year. Most people do not update their processor every time there's a major jump. Most people do not, continually check and see if they need to expand their RAM. And so some part of your PC is probably up to date the day you buy it, and then slowly falls behind the curve. And this game is on the front end of the curve right now. So if you bought a brand new PC today, it'd be able to run this game. And then assuming you don't do anything with that PC, you run it for 5, 6, 7 years. In 2025, when the next Wolcen equivalent of hardware requirements drops, you won't be able to run that game without updating your PC. So the only advantage of being on a cloud base is that they kind of take care of that for you. And honestly, if you work out the math on something like Shadow PC, depending on how you get your hardware and how up to date you would need it to be the experience you want, it might be cheaper to do your own. Right? It's like going out to a restaurant. You're just paying somebody else to take care of it. It's possible you can do this cheaper yourself. I think Shadow PC is expensive.
Can't manage that.
Especially when GeForce Now is giving away 90 free days right now, and then it's $5 a month every month for the first year. So, like,
I can't do that right now.
GeForce Now is... If GeForce Now will solve it for you, but some people don't have the bandwidth. You have to have the bandwidth to be able to support uploading and downloading. Like, this entire stream is running out of the cloud right now. This is not running from my computer, and like, that requires that, like, I can send and receive enough information that I can play an ARPG in near real time. Because the Shadow PC is getting 36 milliseconds of ping, but then you're adding my ping on top of that. Right? And I don't know... Like, I don't know how much that is, but there's some amount of ping between me and Shadow PC, and that's added to. Instead of being, once it's local, you're good. Now, the nice thing is Shadow PC tends to have really low ping to services because it's sitting in a server farm with a fiber connection. So it tends to have pretty good ping. It's just a question of how much is your ping. And, like, Shadow PC happened to, as a company, they happen to run one of their major data centers out of the Metroplex I live in. So, like, I happen to have really low ping for this service. And I'm aware of that. And it's one of the reasons that they picked Brian and I to be, like, a partner early on, was they were looking for creators that lived in cities where they were going to have a data center, because if they're going to have people kind of support their service, they want those people to have good experiences, so that when we say, like, oh my gosh, we really like it, of course we like it, like, it runs great for us. And it's why Brian and I try to say, like, use our code to do the trial, and if it's not running great, don't do it. They're not promising this experience nationwide to every home. And actually, they have some really cool stuff offered in Europe. Like, they'll let you expand your hard drive and stuff like that. Like, I can only have so many games installed on mine. I would love to move everything to it, like my editing software, everything. I'd love to live entirely out of the cloud. Because then if I wanted to go like visit family or something, I could have like a tablet and a keyboard, you know? And like, I don't want to lose a tablet, but like, I will tell you, compared to the price of my computer, if something happened to my tablet, right? Like if it broke or if it got stolen or something like that while I was traveling, that's substantially more recoverable than what I've spent on my computer. You know, the replacement cost of my computer is pretty substantial. The Butcher is such a jerk. See, I don't do any damage without those other things there. And if he doesn't sit still... Alright, so we got some stuff here. Oh, and he retreated. He'll only let you pull him so far. He won't let you... it should be in our links in the description below. It's like, I think it's code do work, or that might be the one for exit lag. And then exit lag, I think, is like 3 free days. And I want to say that our code on Shadow PC, I don't think it's free. I want to say it's like $20 for 10 days or something. So it's like a discounted like trial, $9.99 for 10 days or something. So like I don't think it's free. Oh gosh, this might be the end, guys.
I can't do that right now.
Stop walking out of stuff. Ah, last token.
Feeling better already.
All right, walk into that one. It takes just such minor damage. Oh, come on. Walk back. And that's it. And you get no reward. But GeForce Now is free for 90 days. So if you're just not sure if your internet will support the concept of streaming services, and then once you get on one, you want to try them all out, because like GeForce Now is only good for games, as opposed to Shadow PC is like a full-blown PC. Like I'm on a PC. I have my streaming software set up here. I have, like, I'm doing all kinds of things out of this. Get rid of the large and the graders, and keep the powerfuls. We're going to distribute these to friends, now that I have. So GeForce Now is 100% free for 90 days. And then if you choose to move forward with GeForce Now, it's like $60 for your first year after that. So if I was just trying it out today, like I would go try GeForce Now, and then if I'm like, wow, what I wish this was, though, was a computer where I could like install other things on it, then you know that your internet will support, and then use our code and go try out Shadow PC. Brian has subscriptions to all three: Stadia, GeForce Now, and Shadow PC. But I have a great experience with Shadow PC, and I have no reason to get GeForce Now because I already have Shadow PC. So like, there's nothing it can do for me, and I love being able to stream out of the cloud, and I can't stream out of GeForce Now. I would have to broadcast from my computer, and on my computer right now, let me tab over. I have Premiere open, I have a video mid-recording, and I have my encoder open. And like sometimes I also have Illustrator, Photoshop, and like I don't have to close any of that down now because like I don't need my computer to be doing less work. Which is awesome. Because I used to have to kind of finish my thought before I streamed, and now I can literally just like switch over. Those might be better. Probably not, but might be. Most of this is trash. So I died on level 65. Was that my final? Was that the final level?
Come again.
So we're trying to keep north of, so 8,500, 1338, 1098. 1338, 1098. That's worse in literally every single one of my 3 metrics.
A new weapon, perhaps?
I don't believe you can run mods on GeForce Now. As opposed to on Shadow PC, it is a full-blown computer. So if your base game runs well on GeForce Now and you want a modded experience, then you would have to move to something where it's a full-blown PC. Stadia is going to have the same issue. Shadow PC is literally just a computer. It's nothing else. You could use this as a word processor. It has Internet Explorer. I had to install Steam on it. I can run Discord on it. I mean, it's just literally a PC.
Hello there, friend. Please, browse my
Well,
wares.
so the problem is I didn't get any productivity from that. So we were on level 65. Okay, that makes me feel better. We start on 64. That's better than if we were on 66, because like 66 is the end. So now we got to try to clear this. Maybe I should... I need more gear. Maybe I should use some of these maps. Let's use the 46. They're the same. Dungeon with a higher amount of chests. Great. Let's do that.
Contract. Give me a second.
We're going to put it on 64 with the map. I don't know what happens. Kill Elder Harvesters. All right. Ooh, big lag. All right. Yeah, I think when they were a lot smaller, I think our code used to work for a few free days, but I think they've taken that away. I'd have to go look. Let's go and wreck that. Okay, so this says it has a higher than average number of chests. What level is all this stuff? 64, right? Yeah, 64. So now I'm in a normal run. Like, it's just basically a normal run, right? So should I, like, clear these things? Since we're just here for loot? Because since I couldn't clear that butcher because I just didn't have the damage. And I don't have the damage because, like, I'm not getting upgrades every run. Cursed chest. Let me out of the room. Oh, yes. Look at all that stuff. Another chest. Don't mind if I do. You'll level tonight. Am I playing multiplayer? Yeah, this game is multiplayer. It's a co-op. So you can have up to 4 people in a lobby. It's like Diablo, so like while it is a multiplayer, you're probably going to spend the majority of your time playing alone. And then where it kind of gets shared is like when my brother hops on, like I'll give him those legendary boots because like that's the class he's playing, and you know, and then if he finds anything for sorceress, like then he'll give that to me, right? It's like it's multiplayer, but not like Final Fantasy is, where, you know, running raid content every week or whatever is like a huge part of the game. See how much faster damage goes out, like while there's the need for damage to go out and there's stuff to like help feed it. Okay, I feel like my inventory's got to be almost full. Yeah.
I need a breather.
It felt full. Oh, he's in that rock. Hi, buddy. What you doing in that rock? Can you get out of that rock? No, I don't think you can. I think you're stuck in that rock. All right. Sorry.
I need a breather.
Maybe let's not stand in that. We don't need a battle axe that bad. Whew. Let's drag these guys in. So they can fuel the clouds. Helmets. And boots.
Gotta catch my
I don't know how many Elder Harvesters there were. Like, I wish they would tell you how many there are. I think it's kind of odd that they don't. Spalder, chest piece, that's it? Alright. Carry on. And that's it. Full inventory. Now we gotta start dropping things. Let's just drop weapons that I'm not gonna use. It's just faster. They have more value. Okay. Carry on.
I need a breather.
What's going on, Star? I died on level 65.
That.
So I need more loot. Okay, so there's no more harvesters this way. Is it going to give me directions?
I need a breather.
Oof. Okay, is this the last harvester? We can hope. Why don't you come over here, buddy? No? Okay, you can go over there. That didn't spawn a portal. I expected that to spawn a portal out. Oh, not enough room still. Let's learn these interacts. And then we'll drop something that doesn't have good damage. There we go. Whew. You're level 48. I thought you were going to grind like all day yesterday. I thought you were going to pass me for sure. Don't know where I can go next. I think I have to go all the way back to the main node there. I wish this map was better. I can't really, like, set a course on like where I need to be.
I need a breather.
I mean, you level really fast once you start taking on things like that are higher level than you. Ooh, a staff. We're looking for skulls.
Gotta catch my breath.
This has to be right. Oh, there's a whole nother section over here. Ugh. Oh, there's a chest. With pants and... Alright, so let's go drop boots that don't have anything decent on them. Basically, if they don't lead with damage, they're getting tossed. Regent and pants.
Gotta catch my breath.
Oh, skulls. Chest piece, and pants. And we're full again. Okay, so this time let's do, looks like plenty of chest pieces around. Material damage is trash. It's trash. That's trash. Pants. This might be the last one. So you can see my force shield bouncing literally all over the place. Lag, 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 lag. Okay. This is just for selling, so it doesn't matter. Back we go. Oh, snap, I got a legendary. Occult damage. I have to take the legendary. And it's not better than mine. Man. Another heavy legendary. Are you kidding me?
You know Mojave is always the best value.
All right. It's just obscene. I need another bank tab. I said I didn't, but I do. Oh, something's been completed. And they returned with gold. And I get a map. Chests, boss, chests. 2-star chests, 1-star chest. We'll take 2-star chests. Cool. Cool. I can't afford something that's 100,000, so I could afford something that's 50. So that's done.
We have been waiting for your return, my lady.
That's 100,000, and then I'd be done with palace upgrades. That's probably the right thing to do.
Plenty of eager seekers waiting for your word. I almost wish I was going with them.
I don't really care about this stuff.
Oh, you're back. How delightful. Perhaps you'd like to invest in some new tools for my lab.
Whoa. Projects that convert gold into primordial affinity will become available. I don't care about that yet. Primordial affinity is not something that I'm like piling up on yet.
Greetings, my...
I think this is the answer. I think get the other bank tab. And then
Hey there. I was just telling this young'un.
we'll go for warrior armor and hope that it's something better than mine. It could be. No rule saying it can't be.
Oh, welcome back, my lady. Is there
I don't
anything you wish
know.
to discuss?
Thanks for stopping by, Dragon. Oh, no, I'm not going to open up Discord or anything, Star, but thanks. It's open on my other computer, but not here on the shadow side. Is there a way to keep the left alt ability pressed permanently? What's left alt? Settings, controls. Left alt show items on ground. No, you could change it to something that's easier to hold. So, like, I could change it to, like, can I change it? Apply. Alright.
Please, look around. I'm sure you'll find something that takes your fancy.
So we need to sell off everything that we know we're not going to use. Occult damage. That could be better. It's probably not.
You have a good eye.
Either damage to spells. Wow. And crit damage. That's really intriguing. It's not going to be better than what I have, but it's good.
You have a good eye.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody else in the Discord. I haven't been on it all day. Let's see. 15% damage. Willpower. Probably also Wolcen Discords, honestly, if that's what you want to talk about.
You know Mojave
I assume they're
is
out there.
always the best value. You have a good eye.
This part just takes so long. Sitting here and just like... all they need is like a plus. They just need a system that tells me like, is this better? Is this worse? And the fact that there isn't one just makes this such a like tedious task.
You know Mojave is
Oh
always
gosh,
the
30
best
occult
value.
damage. The problem is it doesn't have that raw 39 ferocity. So I don't know if it'll keep up.
A fine item. Thank you very much.
Oh, is it just full of trolls? I mean, the ARPG culture is different than like the 14 culture, for example. Okay, so we've got 8600 shield. We're at 1343 and 1103. 1343 and 1103 went down in both cases. We gained a lot of shield. 1343 and 1103 went down in both cases and down in shield. Went down there. Let's swap again. Nope. Okay. All trash.
Greetings, my friend. How may I help you?
So, we're going to come back over and we're going to run the next lowest map. Which I think I still have a 49 around. Let's run this 49. Did I end up doing the bank tab? Is that what I'm doing? Yeah, good. We're gonna go run this on 64. And before I do, I should probably align my points. Why did I get one attribute point? Guess we'll go put it in toughness. And then I have another point here. I don't remember what I was working on next. Let me pull up my cheat sheet here. Just want to work towards all the big nodes that I need. So there's 3 big nodes left I'd like to get by roughly level 70. So I'd like to have this one here, which is going to cause my attacks to go up by the base of my last spell, which will allow my attacks to start meaning something, because right now they don't. To raw increase my willpower and rage. And then I would like this one over here. Which, so I have stasis going out now. So when I hit enemies, they take 100% of hit damage again. And then I would like this over here where now I start gaining points, which increase my spell casting speed and attack casting speed. But that's pretty big. The problem is this is like multiple levels away, because I would have to put one here, and then I have to go back up. I mean, I'm gaining, +5 maximum ailment stacks. We want that. So the max ailment stacks of 30, that's only if you pick up all the passives. It's like you don't start there. Okay. Let's do that. We spun it up. We used our map. Let's go. Kill the boss. Okay, we do not want to stand there. I just assumed I could take that. I cannot take that. Okay. So we got to move out of all the things. Why is he not taking damage? He stood still and he took no damage. Cool. Oh, come on. I was out of that. That was a big ring.
Not possible.
Ow. He took out my force shield in one hit. Oh, don't get hit by all those. Man, this is hard. Oh no, I'm out of healing. Oh, come on. Oh, focus. I don't know if I can do this. Oh, come on. He was so close. All right. So that was the bosses. So let's go do another boss. Well, let's dial it back a little. Boss, and we'll dial it back to like 58. 64 was too hard.
Hard, you either do it or
Without any, like, trash, I don't do any damage.
My endurance is waning.
All right.
That's not bad.
The city has been a veritable hive of activity.
58's easier. Cold damage, that's good. Cold damage, that's good. That's trash. That's trash. Okay. So we've got cold damage, attack speed. Don't need attack speed. None of these are going to be better than what I have. So we should just take one of these that's worth a lot.
Please, look around. I'm sure you'll find something that takes your fancy.
Okay, cool. They finished and they came back with loot. Keep bringing back. Keep bringing me money.
So, what'll it be?
My friend, please browse my wares.
Okay, so the damage to attacks here does nothing for me. So what this does for me is it adds some raw toughness, which is always good. Elemental damage, which is phenomenal. That boosts my little like fire explosions, resistances, and attack critical chance, which isn't that great. I don't use that much material ailment. I use all elemental and occult. It's hard to say. It might be
I'll here
better.
when you need me, friend.
1344 and 1103. It's substantially better. All right, get that out of here. Wow.
What are you looking for? A new weapon, perhaps?
And now we have no legendaries in our build. Chests. A higher population of wealth omens. I don't know what that means. But we have one more boss. So I did 58 and melted it. So let's try 61.
You want?
All right, here we go. Oh, this boss sucks. This is like the worst boss in the game. Oh, I'm just sitting behind my shield. I'm invulnerable. I'm invulnerable. I'm invulnerable. I'm invulnerable. Like, who decided that was fun? Man, see how fun this is? Like, I can't even do damage to him right now. Super, super cool. Yep, still can't do damage. Have not yet been able to do damage. Okay, first time doing damage. Immediately break his shield. So what's he gonna do? Oh, he's probably gonna have to go post up behind that shield again. Yep. I'm invulnerable. I'm invulnerable. Very cool, very cool.
Need a breather.
Super cool mechanics. Oh, come on. Alright, here we go. Can take damage. Man, now he can't. It's fun while it lasted. Oh, what a stupid boss. Alright, pick up the loot. Might as well pick up all of it. Back we go. Not good for me. Might be good for me. Not good for me. Not good for me. That's the only one that stands a chance. Giving you a permanent gold find boost. A new bank tab. And money. That was a big win. I don't have anything worth keeping here, but if I did, I would be able to keep it in my new tab. That might be better. No, it's not the ailment chance. Alright. 1566, 1321. Nope. 1566, 1321. Nope. And both those also lowered my force shield. We know that this is not good. We know that this is not good. Okay. Well, I gained 100 primordial infinity, and we gained some productivity. So now I need to put my productivity into something new and different. The issue's gold. Like, the issue's straight up gold. I mean, I might as well do this because, like, I can't even fill 4 projects. And there could be a time that I have enough primordial. So we might as well have that out of the way. Seems like I'll fill up on the primordial stuff first. I mean, I'll want this at some point, which is a lot.
Welcome, welcome. Here to
Personal
share
vault
some
upgrade.
of that extra
A new stash tab again,
Warcraft.
which is another 100,000. And then 200,000. Yeah, guess we're stuck.
Hey there. I was just telling this young'un a tale.
Heavy armor and warrior armor. We'll go with heavy. I don't think I actually want to spend anything. Cool. Next map. I think I want to hold off on these. Now that I have enough space, like they're not clogging anything. Let's move all my legendaries to that tab.
What do you want?
I think this is the right call. So the alternative would be me go down lower,
You want a
pay
contract?
10,000 gold and 1,000 of these things, shoot my magic find to like 9 million, and basically guarantee a legendary drop. But only of that caliber.
Welcome to the Purple Phoenix.
Let's try to make another run at progress. I mean, I am doing more damage now. I'm doing like 50% more. I have more shield. Had a few new passives. See if we can have better luck.
My endurance is waning.
Playing online is super laggy? What do you mean? Like this game online? I don't know why it would be different. than playing offline. Unless, like, your connection is limited. Oh my gosh, did you see how many interacts that was? I mean, I'm playing online right now at 50 to 60 frames a second while streaming.
My endurance is waning.
I mean, the game definitely has frame drops, so, like, I am not denying that. Oh, he moved. Why would you move? He moved again. Stop moving. Stop moving. Look at all those fancy new appearances. Huh. I have no idea. Because you can see my frames drop when I do a big pull like this. Like when I pull everything in. My frames definitely drop.
I need a breather.
But it doesn't look laggy to me. You know what's interesting is that TV runs at like 24 frames a second, and yet, like, if we had to play video games at 24 frames a second, we'd, like, freak out. As a community, you have people that don't want to play less than, like, 200 frames a second, and, like, our eyes don't refresh that fast, so what you're optimizing for is, like, if the refresh of the thing is not in sync with your eyes. Alright. Because the perceivable difference drops substantially after you cross 60 frames. There's some eye fatigue benefits.
Is waning.
This is the boss. Yeah, this is where the boss will spawn. We'll go ahead and borrow your vendor kind trade shrine. Cult damage. Lightning resist. I don't know if ailment sorks generate more lag. Like, that's an interesting question, Professor. Because, like, I'm definitely putting out crazy amounts of animations and stuff like that. Like, I pulled a Greed Shrine yesterday, and, like, I wish I had been recording to go back and, like, take a look at the frame thing and things like that. Because I wasn't looking at my frame rate. I was literally just trying to stay alive.
Breather. Gotta catch my breath. And
I don't know where the density is. Like, there should be, like, a big pack somewhere.
My endurance is waning.
This is better. Okay, so the question was show items. So I turn it on. They still eventually fade. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to turn that on.
Gotta catch my breath.
Hope that works, Professor. Yeah, I haven't had that issue. So I can't speak to, like, anything that would fix it.
I need a breather.
Oh no, the butcher.
Not I can't do that.
Oh, big lag. I mean, I definitely get little spurts. And they don't seem to be bound by, like, necessarily when there's a lot of animation. When I read online about, like, the greed shrines crashing, though, that seems to be directly tied to performance.
Not right now.
Oh, nice. Gauntlets. Spalders. And a bow.
I need a breather.
Cool. Did not get very much loot this run. No cursed shrines, no big chests. Put that all up in that corner. So I should just continue on, right? I died on 65 last time, so I died on this one. So let's hope that this is better. Ooh, a chest. With all... Ooh, well, we'll take the ring. They sell for a good amount per slot. So, like these items are going to sell for $5.17. It'll sell for $3.75, but I could fit 2 of them in the space of that other one, so... Rings and amulets, man. Rings and amulets. Ooh, a staff. Is that better? Please be an upgrade. Fire damage, that's good. Aether damage, that's good. Spell casting speed, so close. Man. That's so close to being better. Alright. Well. Nice try.
My endurance is waning. need a breather.
Oh, another staff. Another staff. What do you got? Spell critical chance is good. Burn ailments, good. Ether damage to spells, that's good. This could be better. Okay, so we've got 2349. Oh, because I have spells up. Okay. 1566, 1325. 1566, 13... No. It's hard to say for sure, though, because I have, like, big gems in that one, but we'll hold out for something that's an upgrade even regardless. Might as well just do all of it. 1566, 1325. 1566, 1325. 1566, 1325. 1566, 1325. 1566, 1325. All right.
I can't equip that yet.
This item, you're too low for this. All right, we're gonna hold on to that. 66, 1325. That's an improvement. 1557, 1303. Okay. I'm gonna put that down here. The rest of this can all be sold. Chest piece and belts. Trash and... Okay, so the whole top row is trash, and we know that. Trash, trash.
My endurance is waning.
Okay.
I need a breather.
Ooh, boots. Ooh, trash boots.
Gotta catch my breath. Not happening.
Helmet. Wow, top two rows are all trash. Should be nice and fast to Bender this time. Oh. I did not think that would kill me. I don't know why. I just
Gotta catch my
didn't.
breath.
Chest piece and pants. And Spalder. Wow. Lots of stuff. Gauntlet. Belt.
My endurance is waning.
Okay. All garbage so far.
My endurance is waning.
Let me out, let me out, let me out. No, 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 no. Run. Spalders and gauntlets. Both terrible. Let's go fight us a boss. Come with me, guys. Oh, there's a chest over here, too. BTK. Oh, gosh. Why am I so slow? Lag. Bad time to lag. Bad time to lag.
Catch my breath. I need a breather.
Okay. We beat 65 for the first time. Let's go vendor all this stuff and then we'll come back and get that
Gotta catch
get that
my
chest. We already verified all this was trash earlier. Everything but that chest piece we don't know about.
I need a breather.
Materials, trash, trash. 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 Intriguing. Okay. So on that note, let's do this. 1586 and 1327. 1586. Nope. That's better. 1582 and 1321. That's better. And look at that force shield. 14,000. Whoa. Guys, it is over 9,000. All right. On to the next one. And if we die here, we won't get anything, but we will have probably gained level 60 by then. We'll have gotten some loot. I have a lot more survivability now. I came into the day with like 10,000, 6,000, and now I'm at 16, 14. So like total amount of health pools much, much higher. Ding, ding, level 60.
My endurance is waning.
We'll wait. We'll wait in our safe little cloud here. And we were working towards this.
Not right now.
Ooh, a shrine. Let's get that good loot, guys.
It's waning.
So even if I do die this run, it could work out to be a real good deal. But ideally, I would clear this run for the first time. I pick you. It does that in Greater Rifts. Like, you only get one item to choose from, and then it's like, which one do you want? I want the one.
I need more power.
Man, my hits for like 900 just takes... This stuff has 2,000, 12,000 life. Oh.
Gotta catch my breath.
Or I can kill it instantly with one spell. This looks like it might be where the boss spawns. Which means there's a shrine back here that I can sell everything to.
Gotta catch my breath.
Okay. Ooh, a helmet. I don't know how I missed you before. But welcome. Oh, lag. What happened? Oh no, did it crash for the first time? Wow. I had not had a single crash in, I don't know, 30 hours of this game? 35 hours of this game? Not responding. In the middle of the 66 run. That's so disappointing. Can it recover? Can it recover? You can do it. I don't think you can. I think this might be it. I think that might be the end. How many hours do I have on this game? It just failed. I think. Maybe not. Yeah. 44 hours in. First crash. Well, guys. That's where I'm going to call it. The game is saying I need to take a break. So I'm going to go ahead and take off. see if this computer needs updates or something, see what's causing it. Or if that's just bad luck. One crash in 44 hours is not a bad gig. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Maybe I'll clear 66 next time. We got a whole bunch of loot. I picked up levels. I picked up a ton. I probably doubled in attack offensive power today. And I probably tripled in defensive power today. That's what it needs to continue. So people are saying that ailment builds in general, I don't know if this specific ailment build can get up to like level 130. So stopping around level 66 means I shouldn't be anywhere close to done. A lot of that's going to have to do with loot. And they're saying you need to be around like level 70 plus to really have enough passives. So I need to level like 10 more times between now and then, which I think will take care of itself. So thanks so much for hanging out, and I'll